First, live, local. This is First Alert Weather Extra.
Hey, welcome to First Alert Weather Extra, the only local weather show in the Portland metro area. In fact, in all of Oregon, as far as I am aware. I'm Mark Nelsen, chief meteorologist here at KPTV. Got Camila Orti. How you doing?
Hello, good.
Sunshine again today. Nice day, right?
Super beautiful. Yeah, really feeling like March.
Good
basically.
stuff. Yeah, like March again, but we do see some changes, and that's what we're here for. And this is an expanded version of our weathercast. We go much more in depth. So if you have real interest in weather, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your sister, tell everybody. Okay, and we do keep these online, by the way.
What else would you want to watch, honestly, is what we're trying to say.
At 7 p.m.? I don't know. Yeah, us, obviously. Okay, let's go into, I'll just cover what we're going to do, and then we're going to go back to Camila in just a moment. So we got 2 more dry days. We know, whoops, 1 more dry day. And we have some showers coming up for the weekend. And, of course, we got a real snow issue across the west, but it's been a very mild winter. We're going to cover that as well. Sunset, look at that. Wasn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous.
Right at Seaside? Yeah, really nice stuff. Clearly, somebody didn't turn the camera in time. That was me. But at least you know the sun is there off to the right, and you see the beautiful colors there as well. I just want to point out this number, then we'll go to Camila. 58, that was our high temperature today in Portland. Pretty darn warm. The average high is 51. So this would be more like late March day, mid to late March. This would be an average temperature mid to late March, just before spring break. But it's not a record. This time of the year, the records start to go up. We start to see a lot of 60s on this date in 2022. So just 4 years ago, we had a 67 degrees. All-time record for February is 71 degrees. That was back, I was going to say when I was in high school, but I guess that was early in college. Enough about me, Camila. How warm has it been?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So first of all, let's just go over the high temperatures across the region for today. Like Mark mentioned, 58 today at the Portland airport, also hitting 58 in Salem. Saw some low 60s along the coast, 61 today in Tillamook. So really warm stuff. And that's been the pattern for us west of the Cascades. Here's a look at February so far. Ooh. You can see, yeah, I mean, it's been red every day, which means warmer than average. And so we're running about 4.5 degrees warmer than normal for the month so far.
Last February, I looked at the same chart from last February. The entire first half of the month, it didn't get above 47.
Wow, so there you
40s.
go. Very different start to the month then in February. As far as rainfall goes, just throwing it in because it's fun. We did have some wet weather last weekend. Over the weekend, we picked up almost an inch and a half of rain there. So we're at 1.8-ish. for the month, so pretty much on track for precipitation. All right, so this is kind of what we were hinting at. How warm can it get in February? The record is indeed 71 back in 1988, but last year we hit 70 degrees, and Mark and I were taking a look back. It was just a strong ridge of high pressure because I think it was in the upper 60s the following day, right? Yeah,
same thing with 68 the next day, so
yeah.
It was not a Pineapple Express.
No, it was not. Just an unusually warm little stretch there. And so far, our warmest day has been 59 degrees. So we are running, this is the warmest winter on record so far. We're looking at the dates December 1st through yesterday, February 10th. And so we're averaging out all of the low and the high temperatures to get these numbers. So 45 degrees is where we're at for the Portland airport, also 45 in Troutdale, Kelso, of course, Colder and Burns 33. But all of these spots are seeing the warmest winter so far. And then we've got a bunch here in second place. LeGrand, Redmond, Hillsborough, Vancouver, all seeing the second warmest for that same time period. So, I mean, pretty remarkable across the board. Let's take a look at the number of 50-degree days from that same time period, December 1st to February 10th. We've had 40 so far in Portland. That's the third highest. 41 in Hillsborough, second highest, and Burns has seen 23 50-degree days since December 1st, which is in first place right now as far as 50-degree days go. So pretty remarkable stuff. All right, let's get into some nitty-gritty, kind of nerdy weather stuff. Yeah, so this was Mark's idea. He's like, why don't you talk about the AWSSI, the Accumulated Winter Season Severity Index? As you can see, it really flows off the tongue, right? But it's pretty cool. And Mark, why did you want to bring this up? What gave you the idea?
Because I saw it on social media.
Perfect. That's a great reason. All right, so how is this calculated? Well, basically, they're assigning scores. It's based on temperature, maximum, minimum temperature, snowfall, snow depth. And the scale goes between mild and extreme. Mild is red. You'll see this in a second. Extreme cold is purple. So here's what the map looks like. Take it all in. You can see a lot of red, right, for the western half of the U.S., which is because we've seen warmer than average conditions so far this winter. And if you notice all the little squares or diamonds, however you want to think about it, those are record mild winters so far. So you can see, I mean, all of Colorado, most of the Utah stations, western Montana, I mean, a lot of spots are not only just seeing a mild winter, but a record mild winter. So it's pretty remarkable. Meanwhile, completely different picture as you head east across the country here. So you can see kind of a lot of the Midwest seeing average or moderate ratings for this index, but then you see the Northeast and then some areas to the deep south too. You can see a few spots there in Florida seeing severe winter index ratings so far. A lot of purple and blue there. So it's just kind of interesting.
And of course, this is all relative, right? To the, like, clearly a severe winter in Tallahassee is not the same as a severe winter in Duluth.
Exactly.
It's versus, you know, what they would typically see.
Yes. So it's all calculated based on the local averages and local climatology.
And we should also mention that's from the Midwestern Regional Climate Center. There's also a Western Regional Climate Center. There are a bunch of regional climate centers around the USA.
Yeah.
So we should give them credit. They came up with that. I assume they came up with that because that's the one place I've seen that.
Oh yeah, we kind of cut off the logo
that's
there in the lower
We're giving them love
corner.
right now verbally here.
Yeah, so pretty interesting stuff. I mean, it's really been a tale of two winters depending on where you are in the country. And we've just seen a lot of this. Isn't this beautiful? Nice. Sunshine in Manzanita. Carl Bonner sent us this. I mean, just lovely. We've seen some really mild temperatures in the low 70s along the coast these last several days or in there, mixed in there. This was nice. This was from Monday. A little rainbow action with the showers and sun breaks that we saw. This was snapped in Tigard by Brian. Thank you for sending this picture. Do I have one more or was it just two?
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. Maybe it was just two because I'm not going anywhere else. So, Mark, what do you have? How much longer can we expect this sunny, warm weather? Do we have changes ahead?
Here's the deal. Several times this season, we've seen models forecast a more organized northwesterly or westerly jet stream, which would kind of get the storm track moving again.
Yeah.
And would get us back into either, if not stormier weather, at least cooler weather with scattered showers or, you know, cooler weather with organized systems that would give us, you know, some cold, rainy days in the valleys and good snow in the mountains. And several times models have backed off as we get closer. They go for more of a split flow.
Right.
And that's been especially prominent the last 3 weeks or so. Back in January, it was a pretty clear, you know, ridging over us.
Yeah, and I remember coming in today and going, oh no, what's happening this weekend? More splitting.
Yeah, remember at one point this week, what is it, a week and a half ago, we were thinking that this week leading up to Valentine's Day would be like, oh, here comes the cool wet stuff.
Here comes the snow for the Cascades, a big snow dump.
And it was 58 degrees today and in the 50s yesterday and tomorrow. So we will see some models now saying, okay, in the middle of next week, things do turn cooler. We might have a 7 to 10 day period of cooler than normal weather and cool weather systems coming in at us. So we'll see. For now, the next big change, it's actually not that big, but we've got the warm, dry weather. We're going for rain again Friday afternoon. That's a big noticeable change you're going to see. There'll be some mountain snow with it, as you'll see. What was my last point? I pressed the button too fast. Oh yeah, wet and cool coming up for next week. All right. Now the button won't go. There we go. All right, so we've had this split flow where weather systems are going into the north, some going into the south, kind of splitting apart. This one is going by mainly to the north, and what's left of this will kind of drag through us tomorrow. That gives us, when you wake up tomorrow morning, I think it'll be a lot of high clouds overhead. Model's pretty insistent on that. Okay, so that's a short-term plan. Here's the jet stream. I just changed the colors for today to make things more obvious. I'd say the jet is kind of in here. And a little secret, shh, don't tell anybody. When we show you this jet stream, it's actually about 18,000 feet. The jet stream is up around 30,000 feet. But for the purposes of TV and digital and streaming, we're going to call this a jet stream because the flow in the atmosphere is still the same.
A little inside baseball there.
Yeah, a little inside baseball that we're not really lying, but we are stretching the truth a bit. But the point is, it shows what we want to show you. So jet stream, let's say the main flow in the atmosphere, let's say, is up there to the north. So it does get a little closer over us as we get into late tomorrow and Friday. Okay, that's pretty good. A little southwesterly flow. We got a cool trough dropping in out of Alaska and the Yukon. That's good stuff. Comes out over the ocean, brings us snow, right? Comes right in over us. Beautiful snow in the Cascades late Friday and into Saturday. Nope. This one is going to split as well. It's going to the south over California. I think that really shows you how things are splitting apart. And we're left not totally dry over the weekend, but there's just not a lot of rain over the weekend. And this also is a real pain for timing. Oh, but you say, this looks a little better, doesn't it? This is next Tuesday. Looks like another trough dropping in. This one seems a little more organized. And there's even a little more. There's one right there coming down for Wednesday. Okay, if this actually occurs, this is the European model. And this is a morning run, and there's no storminess coming at us from the west. This isn't a stormy pattern, but we can get some nice mountain snows and cool showers in the valleys out of this pattern. And if it's cold enough, you can get snow to stick even to almost to sea level in this pattern. We don't see it through next Wednesday, but just beyond that, could we carve out another deeper trough and maybe bring snow to lower elevations? Slight chance, but that would be quite a stretch. The point is, the first time we've seen this in a while. So we're all excited about cooler and wetter. So high clouds tomorrow morning. This is our evening model forecast. And then you notice in the afternoon, it breaks up quite a bit. So here in Northwest Oregon, I think it's cloudiest in the morning, then it breaks up in the afternoon. Now late in the day, what's left over of that low-level part of that system does bring showers onto the coastline well after sunset. But we stay dry here in the valleys all the way through tomorrow evening. We wake up Friday. I think we're going to be dry the first part of the day. I have the day off, so I'm thinking, not to make it about me, but I'm thinking maybe I can get a bike ride in. Camila, you think before the rain arrives?
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Better get up early. Take a nap with the cat in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can see the rain does come in. So Friday morning's commute, all dry, uneventful. Friday afternoon's commute, sloppy and drippy. Also, I didn't stop it fast enough. But you could see the blue move through the Cascades. Of course, it moves through the blues and the wilds because it's a cold front. It's a little colder. All right, so we've been saying a few scattered showers for Saturday. Actually, I'm going to hit this in the next graphic. Oops, wrong graphic. I'm going to hit this in the next graphic. We'll talk about Saturday. But tonight, temperatures low 30s in the city, in the urban areas, and then cooler outline areas, maybe a few upper 20s. So then tomorrow, for the coastline, I think we've got mainly sunny skies, and then clouding up later in the evening. And that would imply maybe a shower shows up around 9 or 10 p.m. Light west wind at the coast. Light wind here in the valleys. Nobody has any significant wind tomorrow. Patchy fog and mainly sunny and mild here in the valleys. I went warmest up north here because of the probably less chance for fog up here. Albany, you might have fog in the morning. Hazy sunshine in the gorge. Look at that. Ooh, all quiet in the gorge. Low 50s, right around 50 or so. Mount Hood, hazy sunshine, mild, 44 government camp. More on Mount Hood in a minute. And then we go east of the Cascades. A little warmer. Camila, I saw those highs only around 40 at Bend and Madras, but tomorrow should be around 50, so noticeably warmer there. 3-day forecast then, this is the metro. We're going to go still warm on Thursday, afternoon light rain Friday. I didn't change this yet. Oops, ignore this, ignore this. I say showery Valentine's Day. Now it looks like it'll probably be late in the day, but still a little cooler. All right, so Cascades update. We want to get into that as well. So we have some snow coming up with that cold front on Friday, late Friday afternoon and evening. Notice the snow level does drop quite a bit. We go below the passes a little bit Friday and Saturday, and then well below the passes once we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. This would imply we get close to sticking snow down at Sunset Summit. That's about 1,500 feet, maybe the middle of next week. All right, so we'll see how that plays out. Now, short term for the Friday snow, it comes in Friday late afternoon. So if you're daytime skiing Friday, probably mainly dry, and then around 2 p.m. it starts to snow. By the time we get to Saturday morning, this is actually would be ending Saturday morning, somewhere between 2 and 6 inches is what we're thinking. So that'll be nice. We'll get a little more snow. Baby steps, folks, baby steps. And then the European model, if we go beyond that, so here's by Monday, there's still no significant new snow. So the 2 to 6 inches we expect Friday night through Saturday morning up at the ski areas. That's probably mostly it for the weekend. There might be another inch or two maybe Saturday evening. But we're not going to get a bunch of snow to open up the closed ski areas. I think that's unlikely for this holiday weekend. Of course, it's a big 3-day weekend. This is President's Day, Monday the 16th. But beyond that, we go into Tuesday. I think we go into Wednesday and Thursday here. Okay, that's better. That's like back to normal winter stuff. The pinks, that's 10 to 15 inches, 15 to 20 inches. Could we actually have 10 to 20 inches in the next week? I think that's a possibility. So here's our Mount Hood forecast. This is not the Portland forecast, thus the big mountain behind it. But high temperatures, or the afternoon temperatures drop to freezing and below once we get to really Saturday and beyond. And we'll go the 2 to 6 inches Saturday night and a Sunday morning, maybe an inch or two. And then more substantial snow. Fingers are really crossed on this one about the middle of next week. So could we have 1.5 feet or so of new snow in the Cascades by the middle of next week? Possibly. See, I keep saying, Camila, I'm not crazy, right? I keep saying possibly, could be. I don't want to like fully step into it until we're sure.
Right. Well, we keep getting our hearts broken with these splitting systems, so we just want to be sure.
I don't want to set myself up for another broken heart.
Yeah, especially not around Valentine's Day.
Who's the dummy that bought a ski pass for the first time in 20 years?
Oh, I know. I feel so bad.
My fault. I did it, folks. I cursed it. So here's a 7-day forecast. Let's go into this here a little more detail. So we got tomorrow, still warm. Friday, I covered Friday. Saturday, yeah, let's go over Saturday because you can see on the showers here, we're calling them mainly PM. This is our evening model. 7 a.m. it's dry, unless there's a sprinkle Saturday morning. Our latest model here by 2 p.m. still barely has rain showers making it to Salem. So we could go the daylight hours with no rain up here. Oh boy, is that 6 p.m. really?
Wow. Maybe it's drying us out even more. Yeah.
Okay, let's just go mainly PM. I don't know what that would mean though, okay. And actually the high temperature wouldn't be that cool either. Okay, so mainly dry we think on Sunday. President's Day mainly dry as well. Showers on Tuesday. This is the European model, which tends to show a little bit too much rainfall for us in general, not always, but usually. If we go all the way through Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this would say probably an inch or less if you take some of the numbers off of here. So an inch or less. So it's not like we have a ton of rain coming up. And then Wednesday, rainy and cool, last stop here. Notice we got high temperatures dropping into the mid-40s. So on lowland snow between now and February 21st, so that takes us into that last full weekend of the month, the next weekend after Valentine's Day. I would say it's possible. It's possible somebody gets snow in the lowlands in the next 10 days. Could there be wet sticking snow at some point below 1,000 feet? We'll see if we get a colder trough that drops in the showers at the right time. It has to work out just right later in February to get snow to the lowest elevations. What I don't see an Arctic blast, temperatures down to 15, high temperatures at or below freezing. I think that's getting, the chance for that is really going downhill as we head into the second half of February. Obviously no windstorm, we have no strong lows near the coast, and we have no heavy rain coming up either, and I just lied, I do have one more graphic. Coastal storm update. You can probably guess if we don't have a strong westerly jet coming at us, then we don't have any big coastal lows. And in fact, you can see that in the wave height forecast for the next week. Basically, if there's no color here, that means waves are like under 10 feet. And there are wave models, just like there are weather forecast models, usually they're integrated together. And you can see Saturday it does go up a bit. Weather Service's warning of sneaker waves this weekend, but then it's quiet again Monday. And Tuesday, yeah, the action's coming down this way. We're not seeing storms come at us from the southwest. So you'll see any of the, in a normal winter at times you'd see the yellow, the red, and the pink color. So we think that's unlikely. Don't forget, download the First Alert Weather app right there, QR code. I mean, does anybody really hold their phone up to the TV and go, here, let me get it?
That'd be a good poll. We should ask people that.
Because I don't want to be in the way. So let me point out that it looks, the little logo on your app store looks just like that.
Yeah. It's a good app. And, you know, we update the forecast daily, those numbers, the hourly temperatures. So, yeah, it's going to be the most accurate.
Lots of info on there, videos. You can see all these past First Alert Weather extras on there as well. And Camila, is there anything else? Have we covered it all?
No.
Is that your sandwich sitting over there uneaten?
I'm ready to eat that sandwich.
She's ready to eat that sandwich. So we're going to check out of here, folks. Camila's going to be on at 8 o'clock over streaming at Fox 12 Plus. You can find that on your cable as well. Thanks for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow evening right here for First Alert Weather Extra.